Hey everybody, it's Doug with First Response Land. This is a 10-step plan for startups in lawn care and landscaping. Steps 1 through 7 can be done in the next couple weeks. 8 through 10 are going to take some time, but don't worry, you're going to get there. The best way to do something is to always have a plan. Look at a fertilizer program. Look at lesson plans in schools. Look at any organization you're part of that has a plan for how they want to do things. Everything needs to have a plan so that it goes smoothly. Step 1 is all about planning. That's the big piece of the puzzle. You need to plan for your business, assess your market, identify profitable opportunities, and do a lot of research on what requirements are in your area, as well as what other companies are doing well and what customers may not be happy with. So for this part, let's call everything pair, because we want to pair ourselves with the clients who are happy with every service that we do for them. Pair, plan, assess, identify, research. Let's start with planning. Obviously, you probably want to start right now, but a little bit of planning now, really a lot, but a little bit right now can really set you up for the future and save a lot of headaches going forward. If you don't already have one, grab a notebook, get an app on your phone, and start writing down notes. That's going to be really important because over the coming days, whether you're listening to me, other people, you're going to have a ton of different ideas that come into your head, and I've done it myself, we all have. You're going to forget things. So when you think of something, write it down, type it in on your phone, whatever you have to do. That way you can look back at it and remember and continue moving on. The first thing you should think about is, what do you want for the future? Do you want to be the person who's always in the field? Would you rather be the person that's in the office running the show? That's what my goal is. So do you want to be one of those two people, or do you want to grow it to the point where you can sell it? That's what a lot of people are doing now. They'll sell out. And that's not a bad thing. It's just a different way to look at it. A business can be an investment. You can invest in your future. You can create a business to invest in that you can eventually sell for money. Any of these options can work, but specifically with the second and third, you really have to be careful and you really have to plan a lot. You have to really get your systems in place so that when you go to turn it over to somebody else, or you go and you have crews out on the road, you don't have to worry about what's going on. So figure that out and start setting your goals now. Write everything down. Write your goals down. Write ideas down. That way you don't forget them. Now, how big do you want to get? One crew is fine. It's perfectly fine. Tons of people do it. My goal is to grow as many crews as I can, get as many trucks on the road, but to be profitable at the same time. That is a completely different beast than being a solo op. You really need to have everything in place perfectly, or at least very well. Systems, ideas, concepts, for everything to function efficiently. If you're not being efficient, you're losing money, and that's not good for any of us, right? You need to plan out for the equipment and tools that you're going to need, and we'll really get into that in the next video. Like I said, this is step 1 of 10. This is going to be a process for us. And figure out what specific services you want to provide. That's what's going to get us moving forward and give us our focus and our end game goals. Don't forget to look at the area that you're in. Find out if there's any legal requirements or if you need different licenses. I know in New Jersey, depending on what you're doing, you might need an HIC number, which is Home Improvement Contractor. You might need a DEP number, Department of Environmental Protection. If you're spraying fertilizers, pesticides, you'll need those licenses. So make sure you start looking at that now. You don't necessarily need to get them right this second, but once you start doing certain work, you're going to need those. So make sure you know what they are, know how to get them, and some of them can take a long time to get, so you may need to start working on that now. That's a good start for planning, but you'll continue to find more things to plan out. If you have any questions, reach out to us. We're more than willing to talk to you, to work with you, to give you ideas, to share some of the things that we've done that we would change in the future. Now let's talk about assessing. The first thing we're going to do is assess the market. In our market, we're targeting suburban properties within 3 miles of our shop. Now that might seem like a tight area, but the more route density you have, the better it is, the less drive time, and it's perfect. There's a lot of houses in a small area here, and you can really create your business that way. We're very dense. We have a lot of quarter and half-acre lots, and that's what we aim for. That's our bread and butter property. We do service some larger properties, but we really focus on a half-acre and under, mainly because our equipment is right for that, and our crews are used to it, and we can be extremely efficient with it. It can be done by a crew of 1 or 2 for the most part, any of our routes, and either truck that we put on the road can do those properties with the various mowers that we have. We have 2 setups for maintenance. One is a 3/4 ton pickup truck with a 16-foot enclosed trailer. The other is a Ford Ranger with a ramp system up onto the back. Both of them work great, and both of them can do whatever we need to for the most part within our routes based on the way we've set them up. The 3/4 ton with the trailer generally carries our bigger mowers. For the bigger size properties, the Ranger usually carries a 30-inch push mower as well as a 22-inch push mower for the smaller properties. But if something were to happen, if we got bad weather, like right now, I don't know if you can hear it, but we have massive thunderstorms coming through all this week in North Jersey. If we need to play catch up, one of the trucks can help the other one out to get things done. Along with that, you need to assess the area to figure out what people are willing to pay. If you don't know what an area is willing to pay, and obviously there's different people in different areas, and some may be willing to pay more, some aren't, but the majority are going to be in the same range. You also need to know what services they'll go for. We have a minimum for lawns of $50 to drop our gate. We go up from there, but we're not doing anything for under $50 when we're taking on new clients. We also focus on properties that are going to be full service maintenance. That includes cleanups, pruning, mulch installations, weekly maintenance. Just because it cuts down on drive time, we become used to the properties and we can make sure that everything with them looks great all year round. If you have an area where it's a struggle to get $30 for a weekly lawn, that's right next door to you. But 5 miles away, you have an area where you know that you can get $50 per lawn. That 5 miles might be worth it. If you do 10 lawns in a day, which is completely doable with the setups that we have, or even a starting setup, $50 versus 30, 10 properties, that's an extra $200 a day just for that increase. It might be a little bit more travel time, but think about the long run. If you set up in that area, that's where you can focus your business. Where if you set up specifically around your home, which might seem great, a little bit less travel time when you're brand new and starting up, it's not necessarily your best bet. Going that 5 miles, you can continue to grow, and as you grow, you might have a shop. You can put your shop in that area instead of at your house or right near your house. Adding services like mulch, pruning, and cleanups can easily get you an extra $2,000 on average per client, depending on property size, obviously. And that's an extra bunch of money coming in that you don't have to spend your money to acquire new clients. It all depends how you want to go. Some people want to stay maintenance only. A lot of people go towards the enhancement side too, and there can be a lot of money in the enhancement side. Next, we have identify. Identify profitable opportunities. This business is all about efficiency, time, overhead, and profit. Those 4 things: efficiency, time, overhead, profit. By figuring out where you can make the highest profit margin, you can really set yourself up for the future. Some things we've learned about maintenance or mowing: it's consistent throughout the growing season. So we know that from week to week, we're going to have the same amount of money coming in from maintenance every week. It gives you that consistency in the cash flow, which can be very important. Our most profitable service would technically be snow and ice management. Now, that's a little bit tricky because if you're in North Jersey like I am, or really the East Coast other than Buffalo, New York, you know that the last 2 years we did not have good winters. You can lose money on snow and ice management if you're doing it the right way with insurance. So we don't rely on that. We look at that as extra. We put money aside to get through winter in case it doesn't snow. That's another tip that you definitely want to think about. The last 2 winters have definitely made us rethink snow a lot, and who knows, in the coming years we might completely get out of it because it's such a risk. Our most profitable services are on the enhancement side, really mulch and cleanups. They've been fantastic for us, and we've found that we can be efficient enough that our profit margins go way up with those services compared to something like maintenance, mowing. We really don't get into hardscape, but that's a down the road type of thing. You can make good money there too. It can be a lot more labor intensive on the enhancement side, but we're trying to find ways to cut down on the labor required using different equipment and tools to make it easier for us to become more efficient. And like I said before, efficiency is money. The more efficient you are, the quicker you get things done for the rate that you quoted, and that means you're bringing in more money overall. By figuring this out in your area, you can come up with the best plan for your business. not anybody else's, yours. Every business is a little bit different, and you will have to figure that out. We've set up a full mow route for the constant cash flow every week, and then we focus on our full service jobs to bring in the extra money, and we will throw in one-time projects, which can also make a difference. We don't do one-time mows just because we don't find that they really end up being profitable, but we will do one-off projects for mulch cleanups, different things like that, because those are worth it. It's not just mowing 24 inches of grass one time where the person wants a low price. It's a premium job that somebody wants to make sure that their property looks great. We also stopped doing bi-weekly and monthly maintenance just because the properties didn't look right when we left. We didn't like how we were leaving them because honestly, they needed to be done weekly, and it became a problem with scheduling. We like to have everything weekly so we know from Monday through Thursday, we know exactly where we're going to be, and our clients know that we're going to be there. It really depends on your area if you can get rid of bi-weeklies, but we did it and we found that it does work. It's helped us out a lot with our schedule, and we haven't had an issue with it. And to round it up, research. From today on, you will constantly be doing research. I spend probably 10 to 15 hours a week reading, listening, watching YouTube videos, trying to learn new techniques and tactics to make our business better. I've learned so much from this, but one of the most important things I've learned is that not everything people say online is right for everyone. Whether it's me, whether it's someone else you're watching, take what they're saying, think about it, see where it fits with your business, and take what works. If something isn't going to work for you because of the area you're in or the type of business you want, just get rid of that. Take the ideas that work for you and go with it. Research new ways of doing things, new ways to become more efficient, and new ways to market your business. Do all of that. You need to constantly be learning and staying on top of how things are changing. That will help to make you one of the top companies in your area if that's what you're looking for. So get used to doing research, writing notes, and just keep going. Don't stop. Just keep going. Even when times get difficult or you think it's over and everything's horrible, keep pushing through, figure it out, and find out how to move on. So that's enough for now. Let's let this all sink in, and then we'll get ready for part 2, which is about building your tool arsenal. We'll really dig in to being realistic on what equipment and tools you need to start your business and what you may need to grow after that. You don't need to be overly flashy, but you do need functionality and efficiency. Now, to sum this all up, make sure you do your planning, assessing, identifying, and research. Now, a question to you. Did you grab a notebook? Have you been writing any notes? How much did you write down in it? Is it empty? If it is, then go back, rewatch this, and write down notes. It takes 10-15 minutes, and this can be a base for your business. Like I said, the stuff that I say, the stuff that other people, use that to guide you. If you don't take it seriously now and do the work, you're setting yourself up for failure in the future. So let's take it seriously, and through the rest of the steps in this series, you'll be able to set yourself up for success. I am by no means the only person you should be listening to about this, but I feel like I can help you move in the right direction just from things I've learned and mistakes I've made. Reach out with any questions. We would be more than happy to help you. Check out the video popping up here on my left. It's about dealing with bad clients and avoiding them altogether. Don't forget to keep an eye out for the next video coming up in this series, which will be all about building your tool and equipment arsenal. That'll be the second out of 10 videos we're going to put out to help you grow your business. Until next time, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay safe.